almost all of them with a steely look of concentration, in contrast to the Spanish team, the Spanish women, who almost all of them with a smile on their face. A slight difference in culture, a slight difference in atmosphere, and also a slight difference in playing styles between the two teams. This is shaping up to be a cracker, and the fans are taking their places, getting excited with us. Just the last couple of seconds remaining. The referee signals she's ready. Time is on. France take that first kickoff confidently, staying big in the contact, and they move the ball to the left. Rangy legs, rangy running from Ciofani. And again, moving it beautifully through the hands, coast to coast, side to side. A one-on-one on the outside has just not quite gone France's way on this occasion.
Yeah, France, their traditional way of playing, moving it side to side, but against this pacey Spanish defense, they're not going to find it quite so easy to get round the outside. There's a quick defense structure that the Spanish deploy, and they're not going to make it an easy contest on the outside channel.
And Spain get their first opportunity with ball in hand this game. That is a penalty. The French player with her hands on the ground, Jacquet, she must not touch the ground with her hands, or she must have her body weight on her feet. And we just have a very short break in play here for some treatment as we see a replay of how this penalty was awarded. We see quite clearly the hands went to ground first before they latched onto the ball.
Yeah, throughout this tournament, the French have been really good at that breakdown area, really driving through the ruck area. On this occasion, they just put the one player in there, one woman going in for the ball, but as you quite clearly saw, hands on the ground, which you're not allowed to do. You've got to go straight to ball, try and lift that ball, make a good effort to make it move. But this time she was caught out.
And Spain set up their scrum. That's gone straight out the same door as it went in. And it'll be a reset scrum. So not the electric fast start to this final that we maybe expected. A little bit cagey here. Stop start first 2 minutes. And that is lightning fast defense from France, putting the pressure on, but they're not able to contest for the ball on this occasion. Just slow it down a little bit. Spain look to regroup, but they're coming under immense pressure once more. That's gone forward in the tackle. It's not a deliberate knock-on.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Ian. I don't think it was deliberate. I think the arm went out, which is fair enough. We're in the tackle, so she was attempting to make that tackle, and the ball hit her arm. But look at the speed of the French defense around that ruck as they try and kick the ball into our commentary area. The speed round there is stopping the Spanish moving the ball quickly. And at the moment, they're a bit stuttery around there. They're not taking that one step, two step before they pass. They need to just get that ball away, and that will free up some space on the outside.
And the line out is unfortunately lost. And the big number 7, Jasson, is through for a great sprint to the line, and she does get it grounded. It was a valiant attempt to hold her up, but she has the presence of mind to roll and twist and get that ball down. 5-0 for France. Kick to come. 3.5 minutes played.
Yeah, a little bit of a messy line out. They kicked the penalty to touch, you know, to get that line out, but the French women have got a fair bit of height in those line outs, so that can't be an easy target for the Spanish to hit. And as we saw over the top,
And that's
They pounce on it.
And that's a beautiful conversion. Sorry, I interrupted you once more, Andy. I thought you were finished. Beautiful conversion there, just knocking it through the middle of the sticks. So we have a converted try for France. 3 minutes left to play in this first half. Oh, and that's the one Andy was saying to watch out for, Kemba. She rises high to take that ball. Patient build up here from France, just looking for gaps to open up that they can accelerate through. They will flick the switch at some point, but they won't be in a rush until they find that space.
Yeah, good work by the Spanish defence there. They were straight in there onto that ball to win that penalty. And this is what they've been good at as well, with the speed to the ball. They're not as tall and maybe not as powerful as the French team, but they can move the ball, and their speed to the breakdown to win the contest has seen them through to this final.
Yeah, and they take the choice of the kick into touch, opting for territory first here. And now they're going to have to find a way to defuse this aggressive French defence. Let's see how they can build up their attack here. Unfortunately, that is quite clearly not straight, and that is maybe just down to nerves here.
Do you know what's more frustrating there, Ian, as well, as France didn't even go up to compete for that one. It didn't need to be thrown squint. It could have just been a nice, easy throw in. France just stayed down, just waiting to see what they did. They were patient, and the squint throw means they have the put in at the scrum.
And here they go, France in attack once more with the ball. A nice little inside-outside shuffle. That's good defense, but France somehow managing to keep the ball alive, but it's drifted forward. So Spain will once more get that opportunity to build an attack, and this time from the scrum, not from the line out. How's that been working for them this week, Andy?
Yeah, their scrum's been good. Again, they like to move it wide and quickly, which is a positive move. They need to get it out of this scrum quickly, though, because the French scrum has been dominant in most of the games they've played in. So let's see if they can get it away, which they do, and they move it to that one-out position.
Oh, and again, that kick. They've been loving that this week. But France get there first. That was Jason again. And we have a break again. Jacquet putting on the burners, putting on the brakes, playing the ball on, and they keep it alive, not letting any breakdowns form here, because their offloading is exceptional, and they have created the opportunity to run up to the post and score the next try of this game.
Yeah, Chloe Jacquet just not quite got the gas to go the whole way. I think those legs are a little bit tired, but some really good support from her French teammates helping her get to the line. The support was there. They set the ball up. The Spanish were working hard to get back, but couldn't quite get there in time. And then we see the French diving over for a score under the sticks for a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, that's 14-0. That's half-time as well. What do you make of the first half? It's pretty much what you expected, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, I did say I think the French have a little bit more speed, a little bit more power and aggression. But what the Spanish do have is definitely some fire in there. If they can get the ball moving a little bit, and as you just saw towards the end, the little kick and chase through, if they have a flat line and the French defense don't turn quickly enough, then they have the ability to get in behind them, chase and pick that ball up. And we've seen it 4 or 5 times from the Spanish over the last few days, and we really like that change in tempo. And it's not a normal tactic that's deployed through the sevens. You know, most teams do like to hold on to it, but if it's working for the Spanish and it's turning defenders and it's sapping their energy in their legs because they have to stop, turn, start again, then it's a good tactic. So going into the second half, we'll see if they can use that and then get in behind that French defense.
Thank you very much for the insights and the analysis of that. I think we're just about ready to get underway here. The last little moments, the last opportunity to breathe for both sets of players. They're trying to recover as best they can so they can explode into the last 7 minutes of rugby this weekend. The crowd shows their appreciation of both sides. The referee checks the numbers and we're underway. A high kickoff, as we've come to expect. Struggling to deal with it, but they do come out with the ball until France jackal once more. Chasson, again, a point of difference between these two teams, bursting over the line for her second try in the final.
Yeah, speed of thought there then. She just tapped and went. She just saw the gap, saw the retreating defenders and ran at them. Fantastic bit of play from the French number 7 there. But again, that hanging kickoff, you know, it's nice and high. There's a good jump from the Spanish catcher, and she did catch it, but then unfortunately straight to ground and held on to the ball because the French got there so quickly.
And Caroline Drouin with the successful conversion, and it was her kickoff as well that led to that confusion almost among the Spanish side. She's a very good kicker, and here she goes again. This time the ball going forward from France, so Spain will again get the opportunity. If they want to earn their way back into this game, the points will have to come shortly, I feel, Andy.
Absolutely. You know, we're already almost 1.5 minutes into this half. They need to get out of here, play down in the French territory, and get a score on the board and get some of that confidence back that we saw earlier in the tournament.
So, again, that aggression in the breakdown, but maybe a little bit overly keen this time. This time Spain do find space. Why she didn't pass that, I do not know. Maybe she was not aware of the support player. They recycle nonetheless and play it back to the right-hand side, to the middle. Looking to get the hands free for the offload. We know that counter-ruck's gonna come. You can see it. And France back in possession. That is ruthless. Caroline Drouin with one hand, nonchalant. Oh, inaccuracies for almost the first time from France in this final. They've been very tidy. An extremely flat attack, though, and that leads to the pressure. I think the referee is playing advantage for an offside, but I don't think France will need it. Yes, the advantage is over and Spain regain possession. Moving the ball nicely again, putting toe to ball. She's a big, strong lass, but she's got pace. And that's a penalty. She missed it the first time, and then she went for it again with the hands on the floor in between. Yeah, clear signal from the referee there.
Yeah, sorry, and the ball just got caught up with the French player's legs. You can see it when she goes to ground. She gets a foot to it. That's probably accidental, but it was at the end of the day, it's still a foot in there, accidental or not. The referee could have called her for a yellow card on that one because it's a scoring opportunity, but I think she saw sense and decided it was accidental, and there were defenders coming back to support her. So, but a good attack from Spain, again, deploying that kick as we talked about.
Yeah, and if you're going to defend without a sweeper, then you do leave yourself open to that. I think France have shown that it's a sensible strategy for them, but there's certainly an element of risk there as we see Spain, again, moving that ball well, but not really getting much go forward here. Not much return for the possession. Now, that was quite clearly hands in the ruck again, and if much more of this happens, the referee might consider showing a yellow card, because these are, like Andy said, in theory, scoring opportunities.
Yeah, we've seen it earlier in the tournament, you know, 2 or 3 penalties in a row. That's a yellow card, and both of these are in the French half now. Luckily for France, they're not quite in the danger zone inside the 22. They're outside at the moment. But anything more, and they could be in a little bit of trouble as we watch the Spanish line out again.
This time working very well. A nice little creative play there, just to evade the waiting defenders. And that is a lovely little step off the left foot to exploit that minimum of gaps in the French defence. She's under the post, and Spain are back in the game with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. They take the conversion quickly, obviously, not wanting to waste any time here. It is successful, and so they have 2 minutes to get 2 tries, or sorry, that would draw them level, 3 tries.
Yeah, we're just seeing that explosive power of the Spanish. As we've said before, they're not as tall, their legs are maybe not as rangy, but they've got power, and that explosive takeoff gets her through the gap, and more importantly, under the post for 7 points. A lovely kickoff again.
Yeah, just going a little bit too deep to get the contest in there, but it was a very high, very accurate kick, just a little bit too deep. And France maintain possession, moving it wide again. You see a little shooter up there from Spain. That ball drifting forward to the winger, to number 12. That was Tunkara. Unfortunately, not able to show what she's capable of as that ball drifted forward. It is still with France, though, and they attack again from deep.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit offside there from Spain. Unfortunately, I was going to say giving a bit of the French medicine, but they drifted offside, which is what put the pressure on for that forward pass.
Oh, a lovely little interchange here, and they break free through Camille Castaneau. She's in the corner, and that will wrap things up here, I think, for France. 30 seconds left on the clock, 26-7. That's a very strong performance in this final, conceding 1 try, scoring 4 tries, and you just cannot argue with this team, can you?
No, I think I said it at the very start, you know, they've been dominant throughout this tournament. They were dominant in the Algarve. I think they're a well-deserved winning team. I think that Spain have done really well to get to this position. They've increased their position from 5th in the Algarve to 2nd place here. They should be very proud of what they've done, but they've come up against a most formidable team in France, and a team that you can just see progressing even further as the next season begins.
Yeah, a lot of excitement around some of these young players for France. Not all of them with World Series experience. I'm sure they will all get it at some point, as long as they just keep doing what they're doing. A lot of raw talent in that team. And that last little knock-on from Spain will be the last action of the game. Disappointment for them, a little bit of heartbreak, but like you say, Andy, they've improved their result from Algarve, and that must be their goal achieved, actually.
I think certainly from a coaching point of view, if you can improve within each tournament and you can blood some new players, show that they've got the ability, give them the confidence and give them some game time, that's all you can really ask of these players. So congratulations to France on the win, but also congratulations to Spain on a well-deserved 2nd place.
And as the players give each other their hands in appreciation of the effort from their opponents, the men's teams are also getting ready for their part. We will, funnily enough, be seeing a repeat of the women's final just with the men's teams. It will be Spain and France taking the pitch again. So stay tuned for the national anthem.